Okay, gentlemen, let's be completely honest here. If your early hours don't quite measure up to how they used to be, and you probably understand exactly what I'm referring to, this message is crucial for you. You're consuming coffee each morning anyway, correct? Imagine if I revealed that incorporating just a handful of basic ingredients into that beverage could genuinely enhance circulation, vitality, and absolutely those dawn moments that previously were far more dependable. As a urologist with more than a decade of experience, I've dedicated my career to assisting men in resolving these challenges. Throughout my practice, I've encountered thousands of individuals facing similar struggles, and truthfully, the most effective remedies frequently aren't found in pharmaceutical solutions. Instead, they're sitting right in your pantry. In this discussion, I'll demonstrate precisely which additions to include in your morning brew to transform it from merely a stimulant beverage into something that genuinely enhances your capabilities throughout the entire day. And if you're assuming this represents some unconventional, holistic approach, understand that every recommendation I'm presenting stems from legitimate scientific investigation. We're discussing validated clinical research, not baseless online speculation. More significantly, these represent strategies that actual patients in my clinical work have implemented with remarkable success over many years. Listen, coffee itself is excellent. It stimulates circulation, provides alertness, delivers mental sharpness. However, here's the reality. Standard coffee delivers that temporary boost followed by energy depletion. Your cardiovascular system accelerates briefly, then you're grabbing another serving before midday arrives, and although it momentarily improves blood movement, it addresses none of the fundamental problems that genuinely matter. Beyond age 50, testosterone production declines. Blood vessel flexibility diminishes, and that rapid caffeine stimulation resembles applying temporary fixes to structural damage. Our goal involves converting that coffee into something genuinely addressing your body's underlying conditions. Identical morning habit, except now it's supporting you in meaningful ways. Consider this analogy. You wouldn't fuel a premium vehicle with standard gasoline, would you? Similarly, past 50, your system requires superior nutrition, not merely basic sustenance. The wonderful aspect is upgrading your coffee using items likely already available in your home or obtainable for minimal cost at standard markets. Let's start with cinnamon, and I'm not suggesting dumping excessive amounts, simply 1/4 teaspoon, perhaps half if the flavor appeals to you. However, here's something important. Not every cinnamon variety offers equal benefits. Ceylon cinnamon is preferable when available, rather than the standard cassia variety from typical stores. Ceylon contains reduced coumarin concentrations, which becomes relevant for daily consumption. Coumarin can stress your liver when consumed in substantial quantities. Here's why cinnamon holds such significance. It functions essentially as nature's glucose stabilizer. Research demonstrates it can decrease fasting glucose concentrations by nearly 29%, and glucose regulation proves tremendously important for erectile function. When glucose levels fluctuate dramatically throughout your day, it progressively damages those microscopic vessels supplying your penis. We're referring to vessels narrower than individual hair strands. These deteriorate initially when glucose control becomes compromised. Elevated glucose triggers something termed glycation. Essentially, your bloodstream becomes syrupy and obstructs your vessels. It resembles abrasive material against your arterial walls. Cinnamon possesses compounds called polyphenols that counteract this process, maintaining stable concentrations, resulting in improved circulation where necessary. But here's something genuinely fascinating. Cinnamon also produces this warming sensation that relaxes vessels through a mechanism termed vasodilation. You recognize that sensation consuming spicy foods when warmth spreads throughout your body. Comparable concept, though more subtle. The responsible compound is termed cinnamaldehyde, and it genuinely assists your system in generating nitric oxide, the same molecule targeted by erectile medications. Men report experiencing more consistent energy daily when incorporating cinnamon into their coffee. No nervous energy, no crashes, simply steady strength. One individual, a 58-year-old construction worker, described it as the distinction between requiring afternoon rest and maintaining productivity through late afternoon work. Additionally, it makes your beverage taste professionally prepared. If you've experienced Mexican coffee or Middle Eastern preparations, you recognize that cinnamon-coffee combination spans centuries. Those traditions discovered these advantages long before scientific validation existed. Next ingredient, cocoa powder, not the sweetened hot chocolate varieties. Genuine unsweetened cocoa powder, the type so dark it appears nearly black. Just 1 teaspoon mixed into your coffee, and here's the effect. Cocoa contains abundant flavonoids, particularly epicatechin and catechin. These represent the identical compounds making dark chocolate beneficial, without excessive sugar and calories. These flavonoids accomplish something essential. They enhance nitric oxide generation. If nitric oxide is unfamiliar, it essentially functions as the primary control for erections. It signals your vessels to expand fully and permit blood influx. During youth, your system generates abundant nitric oxide. Past 50, production decreases by roughly half. Greater nitric oxide production enables easier and stronger erections, and cocoa has proven capacity to increase it organically. Research from cardiovascular journals demonstrated men consuming cocoa daily experienced circulation improvements rivaling certain pharmaceuticals. Without adverse reactions, we're discussing 30% enhancement in flow-mediated dilation, which represents medical terminology for arterial expansion capability. It also produces an intriguing effect on psychological state. Cocoa contains substances termed anandamides, identical chemicals your system generates during romantic feelings. It genuinely improves mood. There's also phenylethylamine, which functions as natural mood enhancement. Therefore, you're not solely supporting physical capabilities. You're optimizing mental readiness too. And honestly, performance involves significant mental components anyway. Another overlooked advantage, cocoa provides substantial magnesium. Magnesium proves vital for testosterone generation and muscular function. Most men experience magnesium deficiency, and this offers convenient supplementation. Regarding flavor, it transforms your coffee into mocha without sugar overload. If initial bitterness seems excessive, include minimal stevia or monk fruit, natural sweeteners avoiding glucose spikes. Now, Maca powder, this ingredient is particularly interesting. It's been utilized in Peru for millennia, and locals describe it as natural enhancement medication. However, it functions completely differently from pharmaceutical options. Rather than forcing circulation temporarily, Maca genuinely helps your system generate more hormones naturally. Maca thrives at 14,000 feet elevation in Andean mountains under conditions where virtually nothing else survives. That extreme environment makes this plant remarkably resilient and nutrient-dense. It contains 19 amino acids, vitamins C and E, calcium, zinc, iron, magnesium, and numerous unique substances termed McKeans and Macamides found nowhere else. Research on Maca proves quite remarkable. A 2009 study revealed men consuming 2.4 grams daily, approximately 1 teaspoon, for 12 weeks, reported substantial improvements in desire and capabilities. Additional research found it enhanced sperm generation and movement. However, here's the significant detail. It's not a stimulant, it's classified as an adaptogen, meaning it assists your system in managing stress and maintaining equilibrium. What makes Maca distinctive is it appears to influence the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, the master regulators of your hormonal system. It doesn't introduce external hormones. It helps your body produce more independently. That's why effects accumulate gradually, rather than manifesting immediately. 1 teaspoon in your coffee provides this somewhat nutty, almost caramel-like taste. Some describe it resembling malted beverages. Some individuals enjoy it immediately. Others require adjustment period. Professional suggestion: yellow Maca offers mildest flavor. Red Maca supposedly benefits prostate wellness most, and black Maca is considered optimal for energy and endurance. I typically recommend beginning with yellow variety, Regarding effects, most men observe differences in vitality and desire within 2 to 3 weeks, not instantaneously, but genuine, lasting improvement. The optimal aspect about Maca extends beyond erectile function. Men report enhanced exercise performance, improved mental clarity, and simply feeling more like their authentic selves again. One patient, a 54-year-old educator, described it as someone activating illumination again. Everything simply felt sharper and more concentrated. All right, coconut oil in coffee. Sounds unusual. I understand, but listen carefully. When you blend 1 teaspoon of coconut oil into your hot beverage, it creates this smooth, luxurious drink, maintaining fullness and energy for extended periods. No mid-morning energy drop, no hunger sensations, no desperate reach for pastries mid-morning. But here's the scientific explanation. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol and fats, beneficial fats, not artificial trans fats. Your system requires raw materials for hormone production, and if you've maintained low-fat nutrition for years, believing it healthy, you might have been restricting hormone generation. Coconut oil supplies medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Unlike other fats requiring complete digestive processing, MCTs proceed directly to your liver, where they convert to energy. It resembles premium fuel your system utilizes immediately. Approximately 60% of coconut oil comprises MCTs, specifically lauric acid, which possesses antimicrobial properties and supports immune function. Research indicates MCTs can elevate testosterone concentrations. One study found men consuming MCTs had 20% higher testosterone than those consuming other fats. They also had superior thyroid function, crucial for metabolism and vitality. Men following this coconut oil coffee approach, some term it bulletproof coffee, report sustained energy all morning, enhanced mental sharpness, and improved exercise performance. The fat decelerates caffeine absorption, so instead of spike and crash, you receive steady release across hours and over time. Supporting healthy fat consumption supports healthy testosterone concentrations. The technique requires blending. Don't simply stir it, or you'll have oil layer on top that's frankly unpleasant. Use a blender, those small milk frothers, or even a mason jar you shake vigorously. It transforms into this creamy latte-style beverage that honestly tastes superior to regular coffee. The consistency resembles expensive coffeehouse drinks. Some men can't tolerate the oil initially. Your gallbladder requires time adjusting to processing that much fat mornings. Begin with half teaspoon and increase over 1 to 2 weeks. If digestive problems occur, reduce and build up more gradually. You can also use MCT oil instead of coconut oil. It's more concentrated, and some people digest it more easily. Final ingredient: ginger, freshly grated ginger, or even ginger powder. This stuff functions like circulation accelerator. It contains substances termed gingerols and shogols that are potent anti-inflammatories. They expand blood vessels, decrease inflammation, and listen to this. Research indicates it can genuinely increase testosterone concentrations by protecting your testicles from oxidative damage. I recognize that sounds peculiar, but consider it. Your testicles face constant assault, heat from prolonged sitting, pressure from restrictive clothing, oxidative stress from standard metabolism, environmental contaminants. The temperature in your testicles must remain 2 to 3 degrees below body temperature for optimal function. When they become excessively hot or stressed, testosterone generation declines. Ginger helps protect them and maintain proper functioning. Research from 2012 demonstrated a 17.7% testosterone increase after 3 months of daily ginger supplementation. Another study revealed improved sperm quantity and mobility. The researchers believe it functions by increasing luteinizing hormone, which signals your testicles to generate more testosterone. In your coffee, ginger adds this warm, spicy dimension, not overpowering, just sufficient to stimulate your entire system. It resembles the distinction between gentle alarm and fire alarm, gets you moving without the shock. Begin with 1/4 teaspoon of powder or a thin slice of fresh ginger, approximately quarter size. Fresh ginger versus powder. Fresh contains more volatile oils, providing immediate circulation boost. Powder is more concentrated in active compounds for long-term advantages. I usually recommend fresh mornings for that awakening effect, but powder functions excellently if you're meal preparing or traveling. Fair warning, ginger can be intense for certain individuals. If you have sensitive digestion, start small or consume it with food. It can also thin your blood slightly, so if you're on anticoagulants, consult your physician. But for most men, it's remarkably safe and has been used medicinally for over 5,000 years. Now you're likely thinking, am I supposed to transform my kitchen into a laboratory every morning? No, here's how to make this practical in actual life. Begin with one addition, just one. Try cinnamon for 1 week. Observe how you feel, then perhaps add cocoa the following week. You don't need all 5 daily. Actually, that might be excessive. Here's the simplified version that still works. Purchase pre-mixed cinnamon and cocoa. Store it in a container by your coffee maker. 1 spoonful in your cup. Finished takes 5 seconds. Or obtain quality Maca powder and just add that, simple. If you want to get elaborate, here's my weekend power coffee. Brew your regular coffee, place it in a blender with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, half teaspoon cinnamon, teaspoon of cocoa, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Blend for 30 seconds. It resembles a healthy coffee shop beverage that genuinely benefits your body. Don't overdo it. More isn't better here. Loading your coffee with all 5 ingredients on day 1 will cause digestive issues and probably discourage you from the entire approach. Start small. Don't expect miracles. If you've got serious medical conditions, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, whatever, this won't cure you. Consult your physician. This concerns optimization, not medication. Don't use the sweetened versions, sweetened cocoa powder, candied ginger, cinnamon sugar. That defeats the entire purpose. We're trying to help your blood sugar, not spike it. And don't abandon after 1 week. Your body's been functioning one way for decades. It needs time to adjust and respond to new inputs. Provide it at least 1 month before you decide if something's working or not. Here's what I want you to do. Select 1 ingredient. I'd suggest starting with cinnamon because it's easy and most people enjoy the taste. Add 1/4 teaspoon to your coffee every morning for the next 30 days. That's it. Week 1, just cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon every morning. Notice how you feel. Week 2, add cocoa if you're feeling good, 1 teaspoon along with the cinnamon. Week 3, try Maca 3 times this week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Week 4, experiment with either coconut oil or ginger, whichever sounds more appealing. Keep track of how you feel. Energy levels, mood, morning situations, workout performance, whatever matters to you. Use your phone notes or just a piece of paper on your fridge. Rate your energy 1 to 10 each day. Note anything unusual, good or bad. I'm betting you'll notice enough of a difference that you'll want to continue and experiment more. Most men who try this for 1 month end up making it a permanent part of their routine. And if you really want to go for it, try my 3-ingredient starter combo. Cinnamon, cocoa, and maca every morning for 1 month. The total cost may be $15 for all 3. The potential upside? Feeling like yourself again. Gentlemen, you don't have to accept decline as normal. Your morning coffee can be more than just a wake-up call. It can be a daily dose of natural support for everything that matters to you as a man. These aren't exotic ingredients. You can get them at any grocery store. They're not expensive, they don't taste bad, and they're backed by both science and thousands of years of traditional use. So tomorrow morning, when you're making your coffee, remember this conversation. Remember that you have the power to upgrade your day with just a simple addition to your cup. Your body's still capable of amazing things. Sometimes it just needs the right fuel. Drop a comment and let me know what you currently put in your coffee. I'm curious what you guys are already doing, and if you try any of these, come back and tell me how it went. Your experience might help another guy take that first step. If this helped you out, hit subscribe for more real talk about men's health after 50. No judgment, no embarrassment, just practical stuff that actually works. And share this with a buddy who might benefit. Sometimes the best thing you can do for a friend is give them information that could change their life. Until next time, reminding you that small changes lead to big results. Stay strong, gentlemen.